All right, please, may we have the principal cast of Liger to be seated, members of the producer and the directorial gang. Please, take a tissue. Come. Ladies and gentlemen, we're opening the questions of the house related to Liger, if possible.
On your left.
On my left.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm a bit direction dyslexic.
It's a lot of fearlessness attitude. अगर मैं देखा जाए तो अगर मैं वैसे बोलूँ, it talks a lot about fearless attitude. अगर मैं आपको पूछूं कि in your real life, maybe that one instance or that one thing that you have done very fearlessly, and you actually felt like कि हाँ यार एकदम शेरों वाला काम किया है. That's a sticky one answer, of course.
Just my career, yeah.
Thank you. We love one-word answers.
Hi. This is Seema from
Hi,
Post.
Seema, how are you?
Hi, very well, thank you. But I was watching the trailer in the morning live.
In the Mandala movies, all his moves are masala moves only. We are still following that actually. And like a small flashback, like Puri sir is one of the, like I call him the original gangster of commercial cinema. Like when he came into the industry, when he debuted as a director, he started with a film called Badri Down South, which was a huge blockbuster, and every film of his has consecutively been huge. All his films have been made into Tamil, remade, not by him, but remade into Tamil, Kannada, Malayalam, Bhojpuri, Bengali, into blockbusters, even Hindi. Ranveer happened to make one with Rohit Sinba into a huge blockbuster himself. So he thinks that way and he lives that way, and that's his style. And every actor, I think, once should do a film with him. It's an absolute pleasure to do this. Like, you enjoy it even while shooting it. It's fun to do it, and it's a blast to watch it on screen.
Ananya, here.
This is
First of all,
Roshni from
congratulations.
Now my question is for Vijay, to your left.
Yes, ma'am. Please go ahead.
विजय, मेरा सवाल आपके लिए है कि सभी आपके डेब्यू का इंतजार कर रहे थे
Hi.
सभी आपके बॉलीवुड और भूल को साउथ इंडस्ट्री.
A boon for Bollywood or South industry? I see it as me getting to live a dream, a personal dream of mine, and I'm seeing it as I love telling stories, and I love telling it to huge audiences, huge auditoriums, and what bigger auditorium than India. So I just see it as a personal dream and ambition coming to life.
Also, we can see the crossbreed thing, जहाँ हम देख सकते हैं कि इंडस्ट्री में जब भी कोई बॉलीवुड की फिल्म आ रही है तो उसे साउथ के एक्टर्स प्रमोट कर रहे हैं, साउथ की फिल्म आ रही है तो बॉलीवुड के एक्टर्स प्रमोट कर रहे हैं. We can see Ranveer here. How do you see this crossbreed in the industry?
Cinema, first of all, I need to thank Ranveer for being here and being the absolute bomb of energy that he is. He was even like touching me, doing my touch up and wiping off the sweat of all of us before we came on the stage. The film industry has always been an industry where technicians from the south were always working in north. We always had actresses working down south. Anil Kapoor sir debuted down south. Directors have been making stuff up north. Sridevi ma'am was from the south. So it's been an industry which has always, now it's loud, but we've always been working with each other. It's just that now we are doing cinema where the entire country watches, and it's about time that this happens. I think I'm looking forward to the day where it's no longer called North and South, and it's just called Indian cinema and Indian actor. That is what we should look towards, and that is what we should look towards. Yeah.
Ananya, live telecast again. It was such a crazy crowd. This is something that Bollywood has missed from a long time. Such a fan following, such a craze. Don't you think that? Don't you think that it's such a phenomenon, such a aura? आज की जनरेशन जो भी हमारे करंट एक्टर्स, मतलब we used to have राजेश खन्ना साहब and अमिताभ बच्चन जिनकी इतनी क्रेज फैन फॉलोइंग रही है, but in current generation of actor, do you think that it would be very difficult to match up to this जो क्रेज हमने सुबह हैदराबाद में देखा था?
No, I mean Vijay's from the current plot and he got all this.
I'm talking about from Bollywood.
Ranveer Singh is right in front of us. I think I go crazy when I see him, and I'm sure everyone else does as well. So I think the love will always be there. Yeah.
Karan sir, do you want to add something to this?
There is obviously a very loyal film audience that Telugu cinema, Tamil cinema have actually known to have. Their way of expressing their love has always been unique and like literally out there. I think that their cinema has stayed in a certain way to kind of generate that response, whereas our cinema took a different path. But I think that every time we've had some brilliant actors, whether it's a newer generation with Ranveer, or like we have the, Shah Rukh, Salman, Amir, Akshay, there's huge euphoria for them worldwide. It's just that the fans have different ways of showing it, that's all.
Your center, Rahul here from the Filmi Charcha. Vijay ji, आपसे भी सवाल है, अनन्या से भी पहले विजय सर. विजय जी, ट्रेलर बहुत प्रॉमिसिंग है, जिस तरह का लुक्स है और बॉडी पे आपने काम किया, काफी वक्त लगता है. एक तरफ कुछ ऐसे भी होते हैं एक्टर्स जो साल में 5-6 फिल्में भी, तो क्या आप किसको तवज्जो देंगे? आप एक कैरेक्टर के पीछे वक्त देना या आप ज्यादा से ज्यादा फिल्में करना चाहेंगे?
मैं मल्टीटास्किंग नहीं कर सकता हूँ, कंफ्यूज हो जाता हूँ. तो मेरा इजी है कि एक ही पिक्चर एक बार करूँ, तो वो मेरा कैपेसिटी और कैपेबिलिटी है, वही करता हूँ, एक ही पिक्चर करता हूँ.
Alright, my next question.
अनन्या, मेरा सवाल ये था, बहुत कमाल का किरदार आपका दिखा हमें, और ऑन स्क्रीन तो आप बहुत कमाल के हैं ही, ऑफ स्क्रीन भी कमाल के, क्योंकि आपके टैलेंट कमाल के टैलेंट होते हैं. एक तो बहुत ही वायरल हुआ था कि आप टंग से नोज को टच कर सकते हैं. तो क्या कुछ नया टैलेंट आप में ऐड हुआ है जो हमें बताना चाहेंगे हम लोगों को?
नहीं, अभी इतना ही टैलेंट है. अगर कुछ नया आएगा तो बताऊंगी आपको.
Anand, hi, I have to ask you something, digressing a bit.
Very cheeky fellow you are, huh? Very cheeky guy.
Recently for the sake, you have to say.
I have to say that's completely untrue. I was just feeling bad because Janvi lost both the rounds. She lost the rapid fire round and she lost the game round. I was perhaps just trying to be nice. In that process, I think everybody read it wrong. I love them both dearly. They're not only both wonderful artists and girls, but they're kids that I've known like ever since like they were possibly 3 years old. So there's no question of a bias. Not with them, not ever.
Hi, Vijay. Again, I'm asking entertainer. Any cross? With the two?
With the two?
What we have seen on the stage is a more world very.
Well, I think any cross. Vijay and Ranveer, you're saying in a film together.
Yes.
I mean, I would direct that in a heartbeat.
He's anyhow like to do an action.
I would, if Vijay and Ranveer agreed today, I would sign them both in this moment right now to do a film together.
Ranveer, you should say something.
Ranveer,
He will.
2-hero film with Vijay?
Actually, Ranveer was doing a 2-hero film with me. I don't think Ranveer's ever had a problem. We were making Tufts together, that has now been postponed, but like we were doing it and he's never had a problem. I think Ranveer chases an actor, as he chases a character, and I don't think he doesn't ever play into this like I'll be the solo person in a frame person. I don't think he's that guy at all. He's an artist before a star, and I think that's what makes him special.
Alright, my next question to Ananya. Hi Ananya. Siddharth, Ananya, how are you? Congratulations to
You used a complicated word. I called it stammer. If it's the same thing, it's okay.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so I have a stammer in the film, in capacity of like somebody who's so strong, and he's like visually and like he's so strong and he can fight 100 people but can't even get an I love you out of his mouth. What is his life, and how does he do the things he wants to do and be successful? So it was a very interesting layer. It was very hard the first 2-3 days. It was really hard, but then once we got it, I just had fun with it, and I love it.
Puri sir,
We have one question.
Puri sir, Russell, you're from Bollywood Live to your left. Puri sir, to your left. Yes. Are there any movies of Bachchan, of Dharmendra sir, of any masala film that you took any kind of inspiration for any scene in particular?
No, not like that. This is completely different story. I didn't pick up anything from the previous movies. It's an action drama. Liger is there. A love story. And I don't call it as a sport movie, but the MMA is in the backdrop only. Paka commercial movie there. You'll enjoy the movie.
And Vijay, one question for you also.
Yes, sir.
While facing Mike Tyson, we know that man still at this stage can knock out anybody in one punch itself. Any fear, any anxiety, what were the butterflies?
My mom was very worried. She texted everyone in the...
She would call me, like before we went to the US for the shoot, his mom would just, Mike Tyson, Amma, be careful, Amma, please. She calls him Chinnu. So, my Chinnu, you please take care of my Chinnu. She called millions of times, and once we started shooting, I sent her a video of how they were chilling together, laughing together, like as though they are like bachpan ke dost. You know, Mike Tyson and Vijay. Then she's like, okay, fine.
She definitely did like lots of pujas and put lots of vibhuti and kumkum on me and sent me. I still got punched though in the shoot, but I'm alive and sitting here and answering questions, so I guess it kind of worked her puja.
Apurva sir, you're right. Apurva sir, you're right.
Are there any movies of Bachchan, of Dharmendra sir, of any masala film that you took any kind of inspiration for any scene in particular?
No, not like that. This is completely different story. I didn't pick up anything from the previous movies. It's an action drama. Liger is in it. A love story. And I don't call it as a sport movie, but the MMA is in the backdrop only. Pakka commercial movie there. You'll enjoy the movie.
And Vijay, one question for you also.
Yes, sir.
While facing Mike Tyson, we know that man still at this stage can knock out anybody in one punch itself. Any fear, any anxiety, what were the butterflies?
My mom was very worried. She texted everyone in the...
She would call me, like before we went to the US for the shoot, his mom would just, Mike Tyson, Amma, be careful, Amma, please. She calls him Chinnu. So, my Chinnu, you please take care of my Chinnu. She called millions of times, and once we started shooting, I sent her a video of how they were chilling together, laughing together, like as though they are like bachpan ke dost. You know, Mike Tyson and Vijay. Then she's like, okay, fine.
She definitely did like lots of pujas and put lots of vibhuti and kumkum on me and sent me. I still got punched though in the shoot, but I'm alive and sitting here and answering questions, so I guess it kind of worked her puja.
Apurva sir, you're right. Apurva sir, you're right.
You don't want indifference. Today, if you see, we are sitting here, I'm sure after everybody's going to watch that Coffee with Karan episode that is released today, and that's why it is the #1 show. How do you take this kind of a validation? Because sometimes people do come at you, but at the end of the day, there's so much love that comes your way as well.
With hate, I would love the love, but what I have a big problem is indifference. So as long as you don't ignore me, I'm fine. I'm fine. You can troll me, you can say what you want, it's your opinion, and I respect all opinions. But I'm really not here to please the world. I'm just here to make sure the world knows me.
At the same time, were you happy with the numbers?
Me? I actually was told by Hotstar, who are my bap of Coffee with Karan, that it had massive numbers on both back-to-back episodes, and we're just grateful that in its 7th season and 18th year, it still has such a wide audience.
I have also, I'm sorry, I have a question.
Yeah, Vijay,
let him just answer that.
Let him answer, please.
Yeah.
I am very fortunate and in very good hands. Karan is so creatively strong. I mean, there's not much to do. We have to just look after the back end, and that's easy. And so it's not too difficult.
I really want to speak about Apurva. He is our strength. Yes, of course, Karan is our everything, but Apurva, he made sure that this film does not go to OTT and it comes to theatres first. And he stood strong with us as much as we believed in Liger being a theatrical film. He and Karan, they both believed in us and they stood strong with us all through pandemic, and they were like, no, ये theatre whistle वाली picture है और ये theatre में ही आएगी. And I'm very, very thankful and grateful to you.
Bollywood, that will be the last question.
Congratulations to the entire team. The trailer is fantastic. विजय, मैं आपसे जानना चाहूँगा, जिस तरह की फिल्म इतनी चर्चा में थी, आपका जो हेयर स्टाइल था वो भी बहुत चर्चा में था. Like I think so, even Ananya and everyone going to agree on that thing. When you had a haircut, how much emotional that thing was. मैं वही पूछना चाहता हूँ.
Option करूँगी.
How emotional you were? Okay. You had shaved for such a long time, with long hair, and I think so even the girls they create.
Hair keeps growing. There's no emotion.
I know, but then
I started it growing 2 months.
All right. He has. And the good thing is that he has hair, which is always a rarity.
Ananya, we have seen.
And secondly, hello, lovely. These questions are fantastic. But we have to call this. We're going to be doing several media interactions, ladies and gentlemen. This has been an absolute pleasure. Again, big thank you to Ranveer Singh and to all of you for joining us. commentary on Liger and then just see what Alright, can everybody, the illustrious members of this gang on stage pose for a photo op. Photo op. Thank you.
ऐसे थोड़ी गाना बजाओ रे।